Demonstration as to how to print a particular statement in a web page, so using JavaScript. So as you know, JavaScript script is interpreted when the browser finds the script. So you the method of including the JavaScript tag is to have a script tag in the body of the HTML page. That is, you have a script, and in that particular script type you have a type attribute associated with the script, and this something like this. So associated with the script, you need to have the type attribute, which must be set to text slash JavaScript to indicate that this particular file contains a JavaScript. Okay, so after this you can have a source attribute, that is to tell what file has to be included. So for example, if you want some file that must be embedded into this particular HTML document, you can give that particular file name of JavaScript. Let's say if you want t1.js, usually say the JavaScript file to have an extension .js. So if you want t1.js to be embedded, to run when this file also is executing, you need to have the source attribute, something like this. So you have a script tag, and you can have the end of the script tag, and any JavaScript code can be written within this script tag. Okay, let's say if you want so I do not want this particular source to be embedded. I just indicate that I have a JavaScript code over here. So before that, to run any JavaScript file, usually it is embedded in any HTML document. So we will start with the doc type definition. Doc type HTML. So HTML is it's not case sensitive, that is you can write capitals or small letters, both mean the same, whereas JavaScript is case sensitive. It matters a lot when you use small letters or capital letters. So we'll start using some basic tags of HTML. So first is HTML tag, then I will be using a head tag. Then I can have a title to indicate a title in the browser, the top of the browser. Let me say to print the first JavaScript file, that is hello world. So this is my hello world program. So I am displaying it on the top of the browser. So next is I will end this head tag, and I will start with the body tag, and within the body tag you need to have the script tag, so wherein you will include your JavaScript code. So first let's assume I want a particular statement to be printed, that is I want hello world to be printed. So how it can be printed in JavaScript? So you have something called as document. Okay, document is an object. So you have got a document object, and it has got various properties, and document property, it refers to the document object actually. So JavaScript models the HTML document with the document object. Okay, so document object has got several properties and methods. So document property refers to the document object, and and you have got another window property that refers to the window object. So if you want a document to be displayed, so the most easiest way is to include the statement, that is document, and this document has got property called write. Okay, with this it is possible to print any particular statement. Say for example I want to print hello world. So this is my hello world program, so let me include that statement hello world. This is the first JavaScript program. So now, so it ends with a semicolon, that is must. And let's see the result, what we need to get. And write is actually used to create a markup. basic markup. Therefore, the parameter of write often includes, it may include a break tag. So the say if you want to give some alert, that alert can also be given something like this, using alert method. So this alert method will open a dialog box, a new dialog box. So this alert method and confirm and prompt, we have got three methods that is under window object. Okay, it displays a new kind of dialog box. So you can also give an alert method to alert the user, saying that the sum is this, or please go to, it's a warning. You can give some kind of dialog boxes that are related to alert, confirm and prompt. So alert method, it opens a dialog box. So I can have alert, the sum is, so this statement will be printed, the sum is, along with, say I concatenate it with the using plus now, and I'll give the sum to be, let's say it is 42. Okay, I'll associate the value, and I can also have a new line. I'll just print a new line by using /n. So this is the way I can have an alert method. So this will create a new dialog box. So let me also include a prompt method. Actually, this alert, prompt and confirm methods, they come under window object. So the window object, they include these three methods. So this, let's see what prompt does. So if I want to ask for the user input to be entered into that prompt, into the dialog box, so I use a prompt. Let's say I want the name to be entered. Okay, so this name I can include it by having, so as a name equal to prompt. I can also say what is your name. So this is the message that is displayed in the window. Okay, new dialog box. So what is your name? Okay, so next you can see this result, this message being displayed. So you'll have a dialog box that wherein you will enter your name. So and the dialog box, there's a change in this dialog box. It's not like a alert box, but here in the prompt screen you will be allowed to enter the username, and there will be two more buttons saying after you entered, okay, and then either if you do not want to enter your name, you'll have got cancel. Two kinds of buttons, okay and cancel, in the prompt window. Whereas in alert, it's just a display of the message that you have typed. So the next method that is under window object under JavaScript model is confirm. So that is, you're going to it's going to ask you a question whether you have to continue the process or whether you have to abort the process. So it's like the value whatever you have typed in or clicked on will be assigned to the variable. So I'll be using see, this is how you can dynamically assign the value to the variable. So if I have the variable called question, I have declared it to be a type variable var. Okay, and if I want the value of the confirm button, so I usually assign the in this manner. So the value of the confirm button is stored in the question variable. So it can be said confirm will have got two buttons, that is either okay or cancel. So do you want to, let me say, do you want to continue? So I will write like this. So this is how I can include three methods under window model of JavaScript. Okay, or under window object of JavaScript model. So this comes under a script. So let me show you the result of this So let me close this object, sorry, body, and then the HTML. So let's see the result of this code. Let me save this first of all as let's save this file as sample. We have saved this file as sample.html. Even though we write a JavaScript code, we need to execute it in browser. So let's it's saved as sample.html. Let's locate the file now. So we observe that we get first of all the dialog boxes. This is the dialog box, which is nothing but it's asking you just to accept. So just to accept what they have asked. So that is nothing but it's a alert box. So it's alerting you the sum is 42 as we have mentioned using alert method. So alert method of window object. It's having only one button. Okay. So next it gives you another dialog box, that is user input, wherein you have to say okay, or else if you do not want you can cancel this. So you can type a name and next is another dialog box. We have told it is asking you for confirmation, that is whether you want to continue loading the page or whether you do not want to continue the page. So let's say you have given okay. So after this you will get your page, that is the hello world content. You can also observe hello world is there on the title of your web browser page. So this is all about the three dialog boxes or the three methods under window object, and also I have demonstrated you about how to display any statement in a HTML page using JavaScript. So here let's see the usage of on-click event. So there are different event handlers, and we use these event handlers in our JavaScript. So basically, we are writing this JavaScript code in the HTML document or HTML code. So first of all, let me include the HTML tag as see, I can include the script tag which demonstrates JavaScript code in the heads portion or even in the body tag. Okay, so I will include the script tag over here, and I will specify the type attribute to be text slash JavaScript. This indicates that it is a JavaScript code, and the interpreter has to interpret the lines between the tags. Next we can have the code over here. It is if I want, let me say if I want to include some events, that is say I want to have a display for some page. Okay, let me include the body section first, and in the body I will give the paragraph first of all, and after the paragraph I have a button associated. So how do we write a paragraph is with the help of p tag. Let us, and I'll give the statement, let us see this code, let us see the code, let us see the code, or let us see the on click event. So I'll give this kind of description. So we will close off with the p tag, and next we will have a button. So how do we indicate a button is either you can have a button tag, and the type, we need to specify the type attribute as button. Okay, it should take it should not take any input, it should act like a button. So next is when we click on the button, what should happen, that is an event should be associated, that any other action should be associated. That is, if I want to have the file name or the function name to be called, let's say I'll give say hello over here, this is the function I want to call. So we'll include that function name over here in the on click event, and let us give the name to the button. Let's say it is click me. Okay, this is the button name that we can include. So we can have this like this in this manner also, and possible if not, if we are not including like this, we can have button name written here and close with the button, and this is the event. So we have to include this this function over here in the script tag. So this is the event that has to be taken, and let's have the function followed by the function name is say hello. So what needs to be called when this click me button is clicked, that you need to specify here. So let's say if I want something to be written when this button is clicked on. Okay, first of all I will associate the id here. So let me say this is the id, and say if I want something to be written, I'll use document dot write of hello. So let's save this file as html and then execute. So what should be the result for this particular page is, we need to have a paragraph. Let us see the click on click event, and then we need to have a button that is click me. Once the user clicks on that particular button, the action that is this function should be called. So it should display hello. Okay, let us see whether we can accomplish this. First of all, let's save this file. Let us save this in the desired location. Let us save this file as on click. So I'll be saying this as on click dot html. So we have to see the result in the html page using web browser. So first let's locate this file that is on click. So you can observe the on click function is over here, and you just observe the result. So what happens is, you see this paragraph. Let us see the on click event, and once you click this, you are getting a statement, right? So this is how we can demonstrate an on click event.